Hey fellow Force users, what is up? It's Jasmine, the Ahsoka Tano fan. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you know, a brand new miniseries, Tales of the Empire, dropped today for May the 4th. And we already reacted to and reviewed the Barriss episodes. So now it's time to get to the Morgan episodes. So Morgan Elsbeth is obviously a very fascinating character who we were first introduced to in The Mandalorian. And she played an antagonist to Ahsoka, and then we saw her appear as well in the Ahsoka series, where we ultimately saw her fate as well. But nonetheless, I am excited to learn a little bit more about her character, what her backstory is. We do know that she is a Night Sister, or former Night Sister, and then she became a Night Sister again in the Ahsoka series. The only thing that is kind of unfortunate is that we already know her fate. So after the series, it's not as though we can expect to see her again in the future. So that part's kind of unfortunate, but nonetheless, it's always nice to learn more about a character, especially a fairly newer one like Morgan Elsbeth, new relatively speaking compared to other Star Wars characters. Anyways, I don't want to speculate too much. I'm looking forward to looking at her episodes. I'm going to do the same thing I did for the last video, which is all the Morgan episodes in one video. So without further ado, guys, let's slash our way into episode 1 of Tales of the Empire, which also happens to be the first episode of the Morgan episodes, and check out what's in store for us. All right, so are we on Dathomir here? All right, we're getting right into it. Okay, so this is during the Clone Wars. The Night Sisters versus Grievous. Wow. So this must be the same fight that Ventress was a part of then. But I guess we're just seeing it from Morgan's perspective. You know, I just noticed too that it's a similar crossbow to what Omega used.
Morgan, this way.
Oh shit, that's her mother, okay.
Let's go. Come on.
Oh no, is that Grievous? Damn. Ooh. Brutal. Her mother's definitely gonna die. Man. Admire her bravery and her courage, man. Not easy to go against Grievous. Not like she has a choice, though. Oh, damn. Broke her weapon, eh? Oh. He did that same move with Ahsoka, too, in the Clone Wars. He's such a tough opponent. Oh, he used his third hand. Oh my gosh.
Mother!
Oh, crap. Oh man, brutal. Man. He's mocking what her mother said to her. That's cold. There she is. He found her! I wasn't expecting that. I thought she was gonna get away there. Oh yeah, she has no weapon now. Alright. She just grabbed his weapon, right? I think so. Or was she holding that knife in her own belt? Oh man, she passed out, eh? That's the droid she killed. Who are these people, though? Huh. That was a sick intro. I really like that. The Path of Fear, okay.
You are under the protection of the Mountain Clan now. With the power of the Night Sisters broken, their spells have faded.
Oh, that's why the markings disappeared off her face. Where is she right now? So is she the only survivor then? Kind of would seem so. Oh wow. Probably hits her different seeing it from that
There's
angle.
nothing left of your people. You are welcome to stay with the Mountain Clan until you decide your new path.
Oh. I get her pain, but also, girl, they saved you. Gotta show a little gratitude. Oh my gosh, look at that animation. That is crazy. That shot looked like from a live action movie. Wow.
What if they come looking for us in the mountains?
That's not going to happen.
They're worried that by keeping Morgan there, they might come looking for her,
Do
maybe?
not give your fear such fertile ground to take root.
Hmm.
The hunt is today.
What hunt are they referring to? Okay, did they give her a new crossbow, it looks like? Man, oh man.
We're safe enough here in the mountains.
Do you really believe that's true?
Different voice actress, eh? It's not Diana, I don't think.
I watched my mother die.
Oh.
Are you prepared for the same? Knowing there was more you could have done to prevent it?
Oh, that sounds familiar. Definitely getting Anakin vibes there. He wanted to be able to do more to save Padme.
He had such a knowledge of the dark side. He could even keep the ones he cared about from dying.
Is it possible to learn this power?
Do you think the droids will leave us alone?
As long as we leave them alone.
How would we defend ourselves if...
I hear Morgan Elspeth's words on your lips.
She booked it straight away.
We must trust our path.
I'm kind of on Morgan's side with this one, though. You can't just be so naive to think that. You do have to have a way of defending yourself. Oh, she's recruiting them for
What's going
something.
on?
Morgan has some weapons.
We should trust our way. There's no harm in looking.
So where are these weapons? Maybe she's gonna make them all Night Sisters somehow. I wonder. Oh! They were spotted. In them seeking out a way to defend themselves, they ended up attracting the enemy, the droids. Sweet. They're in trouble. Does not sound good. Oh, they're right there. Oh, one of them got killed. Oh, man. Oh, they blew it up. Oh, shoot, she got shot too. Oh, she's got abilities. Whoa. Oh, well, if she had abilities like that, I would trust their way too.
You must not assume. Just because someone does not want to fight, that they are not capable.
Wow, I didn't see that coming.
Where is my daughter?
Oh, how's she gonna break this news to her?
Mother, our way is true. I'm sorry.
Oh no. I was hoping she'd make it. What about the other girl? They just don't care about her?
It appears your path is set, Morgan Elspeth. I pity you. For I can see what is to come.
Look at the fire behind her. Yikes. Man, that hit pretty deep. Not gonna lie. Alright guys, so we gotta talk about that ending there. So first of all, I was not expecting that mother to have those abilities. That was definitely a nice twist. And I like how she put it. She said that Just because someone is not willing to fight doesn't mean they aren't capable of doing so. The whole time when she was saying trust our way, Morgan mistook that for weakness, but it ended up being their greatest strength at the end of the day. And perhaps that's one of Morgan's problems in the future, isn't it? Underestimating her enemies. Well, in this episode, the mother wasn't an enemy, but underestimating people, including her enemies in the future. You can argue she kind of did that in the Ahsoka series when she first met Ahsoka. I think that she maybe thought she was going to be able to be victorious over her, and it's that underestimation that could ultimately cost you. But back to the episode now. The mother did tell them to trust her way. It's ironic because as much as Morgan was trying to teach these people to defend themselves, it was seeking out that very defense, or weapons in this case, that attracted the enemy to them in the first place. Had they just kind of laid low, the droids may never have noticed them. So that was kind of the sad irony. I still do see where Morgan was coming from though. I don't think you want to just be defenseless and not defend yourself against the enemy, but at the same time, in this case, the mother had special abilities, so they did not need to seek out these weapons after all. So I'm only okay with that line of thinking, not rushing to fight back if you were able to do that. Unlike the Lurmen from the Clone Wars, they just didn't want to get involved in any conflict whatsoever, and that's what allowed the Separatists to essentially take them over. Well, they weren't successful because the Jedi stopped them, but had the Jedi not done that, they would have been completely wiped out. So I don't agree with that standpoint, just allowing yourself to be wiped out. But that wasn't the case in this episode. The mother also said a pretty chilling line by the end of the episode, which was, "I pity you, for I see what lies ahead." Something along those lines. We do know what lies ahead for Morgan. In that shot, you can see fire and destruction behind her, and that is definitely meant to give us a glimpse into her future, which is that destruction and death is what lies ahead for her, and that is what ends up happening when she does ultimately meet her demise. She causes a lot of destruction as well. Before then, you saw when she rules as the magistrate, she becomes very cold, she's not afraid to hurt people or kill people, so the mother was definitely accurate with that one statement. You'll notice with her facial markings too, she started the episode with them, and then when the Night Sisters were wiped out, she lost her power, lost her identity, and ended up losing her facial marks to symbolize that. Throughout The Mandalorian and for a portion of Ahsoka, we don't see her with her facial markings. By the end, we do see her regain back these same facial markings, and shortly afterwards is when she dies. So you could almost argue that her returning back to her original self, her original identity, is kind of what cost her her life in the end. Had she chosen to take a completely different path and maybe listened to the mother a little bit more and followed her mindset, then Morgan may not have met the end that she did end up meeting in the end. But either way, I think the markings are very symbolic for Morgan going through these changes in her identity. You'll notice too that Morgan shows many seeds, if you will, of the dark side throughout this episode. Obviously the foreshadowing with the fire behind her and whatnot, but she says to the daughter, "I watched my mom die. Are you prepared to do the same, knowing that you could have done more?" And there's two things about that that's ironic. One is that it was Anakin's mindset when it came to saving Padme. He wanted to be able to be powerful enough to save those that he loved and cared about, and that is ultimately one of the reasons why he turned to the dark side. The other ironic thing about that is it ended up not being the daughter watching her mother die, but instead it was the reverse. It was the mother who had to watch her daughter die. So that was kind of like a tragic irony there. And perhaps that's meant to symbolically show us that Morgan's vision is a bit flawed. She may think one thing, but it may happen in the reverse or in another way. But yeah, guys, great first episode of the series and great first episode of the Morgan episodes. Definitely looking forward to more. So without further ado, guys, let's slash our way into episode 2 now and check out what's in store for us. Time for another episode. Is this over Coruscant? Where is this? This reminds me of the beginning of Revenge of the Sith, the very opening scene, kinda. Doesn't it? The animation is incredible. That doesn't even look animated, guys.
These designs allow for increased maneuverability and lower fuel consumption.
Oh, she's selling equipment to the Empire?
Aside from the cost, how feasible is the production of these starships?
My base of operations is on Corvus.
Mandalorian, that's where we saw that her first.
Thank you for your presentation, Magistrate. We will not be moving forward on this deal with you.
Why not? They didn't give a
Why is
reason.
that?
Our interest was never in your plans. These fertile systems, however, now those are interesting. I suggest you return to your world and prepare for our arrival.
Oh, okay. I guess he's just saying he wants to invade her planet, but not work with her. Oh, who's coming back?
Sophisticated work. You've changed the engine manifold.
The interior twin ion engines are inefficient when you're using that much power. I suppose the Empire is going to steal my ideas as well as my resources.
No. But I am curious to know about the mind that came up with them.
So he's interested.
My superior sends me to these meetings to search for people with a particular vision. Why is it that you want to lend your substantial talents and vision to the Empire?
Oh shoot, I wonder if his superior is Thrawn.
Why, for the glory of the Empire, of course.
I see.
So that's what I think is going on. The first guy, I think, wasn't interested in her plans at all. This guy is obviously seeing her vision, and I suspect he reports to Thrawn. We'll see. The path of anger, okay. The first episode had to do with fear, and now this episode has to do with anger. Two of the emotions the Jedi always warned about, right? Did he just try and touch her?
You promise us work and prosperity.
The Empire wants only your resources.
You said the Empire would help to change things. We trusted you.
When I found your village, you were nothing. I gave you strength to control the local systems.
We worked for that success.
You promised us wealth.
Everything comes at a cost.
Including failure.
Oh, that was a threat.
Wait! You promised us more.
Just like the fourth sister said in the Barris episode, she said that these people will prosper once they pledge their loyalty to the Empire. So she's promising the same thing, prosperity. Oh.
All willing to turn on me. After everything I've done for them.
Who's that? An assassin? I swear we've seen him before, his species. Whoa. Holy, he's relentless. Oh. Well, we'll give her good practice for when she fights Ahsoka. Oh my gosh. Oh, yikes. Oh, that was a nice move. Bruce Lee's goddaughter really showing her skills.
Call the guards.
No.
He was probably behind hiring this guy or something. Oh. Is anyone gonna help her? She disarmed him.
Who sent you?
That was pretty well done.
Well done, Magistrate.
Oh, it was a test.
Thank you, Rook. That will be all.
Rook, yeah, we've definitely seen him before.
You're testing me.
You will understand in a moment.
Thrawn's there, isn't he? She still wants to kill him.
History remembers the witches of Dathomir.
There he is. Wow, this is the first time we're seeing him in Clone Wars type animation.
To witness a display of your particular skill.
We only ever saw him
Why
in
not
Rebels.
experience them firsthand?
Oh, you misunderstand.
Who are you?
Admiral Thrawn.
Wow.
Captain Pallion told me the finer details of your presentation.
Isdane is a short-sighted fool.
I agree. The Empire is a magnificent construct. However, it's not without its vulnerabilities.
Wow.
They often overlook where problems begin, and they always start small.
You speak of the growing rebellion.
A sickness will need minds like yours.
You need her so much that you sacrifice her one day?
Your designs are brilliant, but not cost-effective. Men in the Empire will trade lives for profit. The Empire will slowly crumble.
Why do you care? Why should I?
I believe this is a question Captain Pallion already asked you.
Yeah, he did ask her.
Men like Istain join out of greed and self-interest. Others out of fear. All with ambitions of power.
I kind of talked about that actually a couple episodes back.
Why do you seek imperial favor?
Why people join the Empire. Some out of fear.
Revenge.
Oh.
Years ago, my people were all but destroyed. Yes, I seek power to ensure my future, to destroy my enemies. My anger gives me strength. And it is that strength that I offer the Empire.
Offer accepted.
What? That was so deep.
Istain.
No, that is a portion of my fleet.
A portion?
Be at your disposal.
What does this mean?
Means you guys are in trouble is what it means.
It means she won.
Long live the Empire.
Wow. Wow. That was good. I like that one. Alright guys, so I actually really liked that episode. I enjoyed it. First of all, I think that this animation style for Thrawn looks way better than Rebels personally. Sorry Rebels, no offense, but it's just hard to beat how he looks. He really looks more similar to Lars Mikkelsen here than he does in Rebels, and just his features overall seem a little bit more realistic and human-like somewhat. Thrawn is somebody who is very strategic, very calculating, very ambitious, very intelligent. This is something that we got to see a lot of in Rebels, that we saw in the Ahsoka series as well, and of course in the Thrawn books, no doubt. I haven't personally read the Thrawn books, but I'm sure that the books probably do an even better job at showing just how intelligent he is. He talks a lot about how he believes in the Empire's vision. He is able to see things that others are not. He recognizes that problems start small and therefore they need to be taken seriously and acknowledged. And this is a big problem with the Empire, is they often don't do that. They often dismiss the rebellion, and you could argue that that was one of the things that led to their eventual downfall. Had more people in the Empire had Thrawn's mind, the Empire might have been stronger and more long-lasting. Not that we'd want that, but you get what I'm saying. It's also ironic too, because Thrawn believes in the Empire's vision so much that he ends up sacrificing Morgan for it, which kind of makes this conversation sad in a way. He praises her vision and he says that she could be of great use to the Empire, but then to know that he ultimately sacrifices her, you kind of wonder how much she actually did mean to him at the end of the day. I don't know that Thrawn is loyal to anybody really besides himself, along with whatever vision is most aligned with his beliefs, and in this case it happens to be the Empire. And so those that will fall in line with his vision, I think he's happy to accept, but as soon as he no longer sees a use for you, he's fine tossing you to the side. So yeah, that part of the conversation was kind of sad, but nonetheless it was definitely a deep conversation. I like how he broke down the different reasons as to why people join the Empire. This is something that I was just discussing in a prior video for one of the Bears episodes. It might have been the first Bears episode, but I was saying how some people will actually be loyal to the Empire's cause and vision, but others are probably joining because they were forced to or out of fear, right? You'll notice too that this episode title has to do with anger. The last episode title had to do with fear, and these are the two emotions that are most closely aligned to the dark side. It's what the Jedi always warned about, and that's the scary thing too, is they're very human emotions, they're very real emotions. You can definitely empathize with Morgan's situation. That's what's so fascinating in a way with the dark side and the light side, because any one of us could fall to the dark side because we all feel these emotions. We've all felt angry, we've all felt fearful. I think it's just a matter of keeping certain emotions in check and balancing them, and that's how you don't allow yourself to fall too much to one side or the other. But I like how Thrawn was able to get an honest answer out of her, and her answer to why she joined the Empire, or why she believed in the Empire, was because of revenge. The way she broke it down made a lot of sense. At the same time, I think what this is really showing is it's such subtle changes in a person that can completely set them on one path or the other. Had she processed the death of the Night Sisters differently, she would not have joined the Empire, because she relied more on her anger giving her strength rather than finding peace that led her to the Empire. And that is one of the major differences between the Jedi doctrine and the Sith doctrine. One sees anger as a strength and the other sees it as a weakness. She speaks about revenge. She wants revenge for those that wiped out her clan, but also you can see her looking at her people who have turned against her, and it looks as though she wants revenge on them. This episode definitely gives us a lot more context and background to her first appearance in The Mandalorian. We see her as this evil magistrate that is oppressing her people and whatnot. And I'm not saying what she did was right by any means, but now we're starting to see why she has become like that. It seems as though from her perspective, she's done a lot to help these people, really put herself out there, and they're not appreciating what she's doing and starting to turn against her. And so maybe that's why later on she has no problem sacrificing their lives or imprisoning them and whatnot. When she gave her answer as to why she joined the Empire, it makes you also wonder why she wasn't honest with Palian. We've seen him before. He was in The Mandalorian, Rebels, and he's also in the Thrawn books. Yeah, you wonder why she wasn't honest with him, and I get the sense that maybe she doesn't trust that easily, and so the fact that she was able to be honest with Thrawn means that she does trust him. That's the thing with Thrawn, is he has a way of speaking and carrying himself that comes across as very trustworthy, but I think as shown in this episode and as Thrawn shows later on, he really can't be trusted, because ultimately he is loyal to himself and a vision that aligns most closely with his beliefs, whatever that is. Right now it's the Empire, it could be something else down the road. Even this episode, he sent Rook after the magistrate. She very well could have been killed in that fight. Luckily she wasn't, but it was all a test, and that just kind of shows that Thrawn can be deceiving. But yeah guys, overall a great solid episode. I'm really liking the Morgan episode so far. I say so far, but we only have one more left. But yeah, so far so good. So without further ado guys, let's slash our way into the third Morgan episode now and check out what's in store for us. I wonder if this one takes place around the Mandalorian time. There's the same guy there. This looks like the New Republic.
Open the gate in the name of the New Republic.
Yep. They're looking at them probably in a similar way they would look at the Empire.
Nadura? Is that you?
We recognize her.
I'm now an ambassador of the New Republic. There was a special assembly. They were looking for people to go to distant worlds and petition for membership.
The New Republic?
Yes, the Galactic Empire was defeated. You don't
Oh
know?
shoot, they didn't even know that.
Some news reaches us more slowly than others. I should have never allowed the witch to take over.
It's kind of funny because she also is technically a witch.
I will speak with her.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Things have changed.
Have they though?
I'm coming with you.
Something tells me she should have taken his warning. So definitely some time has passed since the last episode. Ooh, the Path of Hate. Alright, so we've gone through fear, anger, and now hate. The dark side trio. See, she says that she did a lot to help them in the beginning, but I'm a little doubtful of that, to be honest. Maybe that's what she wants to believe. She's probably just doing it for herself.
I am here on behalf of the New Republic. I brought a petition to the Senate for Corvus to become a member planet. First, you must step down.
Look at the animation of the water. Crazy. Yeah, like she's gonna do that.
If you will not comply, I will have to arrest you. It's what the people want.
And how would you know what the people want? You left many years ago because it did not suit you to work in our factories.
I had no intention of laboring for you and what you call fair wages.
I've had a vision, and I will fulfill my destiny.
Oh man, she's not gonna come willingly.
There's no need for conflict.
Your crimes are well known. Step down willingly.
Yeah, right. She's not gonna do that.
Don't burn everything down around you.
My world has been burning since I was a child.
Oh, crap.
Why should this one be any different? Kill her.
Oh, snap.
Get to the ship!
Oh, man. Oh, she escaped, eh?
You should be careful with your tongue. Your people need you more than I do.
Damn. I don't know if she's gonna make it to that ship, to be honest. I kind of feel bad for her. She's in way over her head. No. They're gonna blow up the ship. So did he even have a chance to send the distress signal? Doesn't she see the... I guess she... Oh, damn. She got burned. Wow. Wait, but what do the trees do? Why are they burning the trees? I guess just to make a point. Burn everything down like she said. Wow, man. Oh shoot, that lady there is the same species.
I'm here to reassure you. You are all under my steadfast protection. You will work night and day. But you do so knowing that you will be part of an effort that will save our galaxy from ruin.
Yikes. She's still alive after all that? Wow.
Be brave.
Not for long though.
No matter how dark things get.
I can't.
You can.
Oh, she was able to send a distress signal. Hang on, okay. Here comes my Ahsoka theory again. But do you think Ahsoka could potentially receive that call? Or was that to the New Republic?
Who is this?
Oh, it's Bo-Katan. That was close. Oh my gosh. Why'd you take so long to get to it, man? So that's how Ahsoka ends up going. Damn. Yikes. Man, oh man, oh man. Alright guys, so let's break down this episode. So first of all, there was definitely a time jump from this episode and the last one, or should I say from the last episode to this one. This one does seem to take place during the Mandalorian time, and we saw by the end there, it looks like Nadira, the ambassador, reached out for help, and it ended up being Bo-Katan who received that call for help, which is incredible and definitely makes sense as to why Ahsoka might have come there in the first place in The Mandalorian. When we first watched that episode, we saw her show up, and obviously we were all excited, especially me, at her live action debut, but I guess we never really wondered how did she know to go there and what happened before leading her up to there. So it's possible that Bo-Katan told her about this call for help, and that's how she ended up there in the first place. But she was also looking for Thrawn and whatnot, so she had her own objective as well. So in this episode, the Empire has been seemingly defeated, but of course is regrowing, is in the process of regrowing. And this episode was called The Path of Hate. So first we had fear, then we had anger, and now finally we have hate. You could definitely tell that Morgan's pretty much gone full dark side, I think it's safe to say, whereas in the prior episodes she wasn't quite there. Is this meant to tell us that having fear and having anger is okay and completely understandable, but once you have too much hate thrown into the mix, that is when you can potentially fall to the dark side. There's a big emphasis on burning in this episode. The magistrate does tell Nadira, the ambassador, something along the lines of, "My world has been burning since I was a child, why should this one be any different?" This is significant for a couple reasons. For one, not only does she want revenge for what happened to her and power over her enemies, but she is so far gone that she is now willing to inflict the same onto others what was inflicted onto her. But also, this is exactly as the mother predicted from 2 episodes back. She said that she pitied Morgan and she saw what lay ahead for her. And as she said that in that episode, there was fire burning behind Morgan. Of course, when Morgan's people were wiped out, there was fire then as well, and now we see fire again. So the mother was definitely right in that sense. During this episode, the people did say that Morgan, or the magistrate, hadn't come out for quite some time. So even the man Wing, he was doubtful that she would even meet with Nadira, the ambassador. And so I just find it ironic that she rarely comes out, and the one time she does come out, she ends up causing all this fire and destruction. Just like from the first episode, the same thing happened. When she was hiding out in the mountains and laying low, everything was fine, but as soon as she went out in pursuit of those weapons, what ended up happening? Fire and destruction. So in this episode, we see the New Republic, and more specifically, we see them making the same mistakes that the Empire made, which Thrawn discussed last episode. He said that problems always start out as small, and many in the Empire couldn't see the growing rebellion as a problem. The New Republic is doing the very same thing. They are underestimating the threat that the Empire still poses, even though it has seemingly been defeated. Nadira, this episode was a prime example of that. She was very confident that she could go in there and get Morgan to step down, or if not step down, then accept arrest, and which Morgan of course did neither, and Nadira ended up sadly perishing and everything around her burned. That was pretty sad, but at the same time there's always some type of lingering hope throughout Star Wars. I mean, obviously A New Hope, right? But in this case, despite Nadira's death, she was able to get a call for help out to Bo-Katan. So that is the hope that these people will be able to be saved at some point. It seemed as though her and Wing also knew each other prior to this episode. And Wing, I believe, was also in The Mandalorian during the Jedi episode. But yeah, after having watched that episode and the other 2 Morgan episodes, I can say that her story is quite sad. Everything that happened to her, instead of her turning it into something good, she chose to turn it into something evil. I like that they gave us this backstory to her. It definitely adds more context, and it shows the very realistic downfall that somebody can have that would cause them to turn to the dark side. But yeah guys, overall great 6 episodes. I really enjoyed them. Hopefully we can have another season of this, and also another season of Tales of the Jedi as well. That would be great. As always, you let me know down in the comments what you thought of these Morgan episodes and what you thought of the whole series in general. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe guys, and I will see you for the next video. Until next time guys, take care and see you soon.